She no longer wants her feet touching the floor, so she tries to levitate. She allows her subconscious to bend back nature and law. Allow her passion to run deep as she tries to sustain it with her. For months, she's been planning to perform this trick for months. This trick has been performed by anyone else, but she believes she can dream of levitating. She prepares long nights hoping that her name could be plaqued among the greats. She wants to be more famous than Chris Angel, greater than Houdini, second to God. Magics and fairy tales have perceived her mind to believe that illusions are reality. Since her childhood, she's seen spells compel her mother to weaken, but she's been seeking the trapdoor out of this illusion, becoming disillusional of life and its promises. One of her father's most famous acts was the disappearing father, which allowed him to become transparent after he engulfed himself in the moonshine. But his signature was intoxicated Red Bull. She always knew that it granted you wings, but no one told her that it would allow her father's fist to sound like 4th of July when night performed. And after every performance, black eyes disappeared like the acts of a magician, so every decision she faced revolved around those memories. She closes her eyes and puts her ears to the wall. Listening to her childhood reenact itself on the opposite side, her flashbacks flashes themselves back into existence of when her father used to walk out the house to go to work, but only to come back smelling like sex, cigarettes, and cheap beer. Her stomach still churns as she remembers how strong the stench of whiskey was on his tongue every night he spoke. You see, this was her life. Her only hope was to float on thin air, being able to walk on that silver lining, that trauma and stress that compelled her life to construct from broken dreams and promises. Her only option was to float on thin air like an angel. Above her burdens that place-shattering emotions caused by broken promises of affection, which caused her to fall in never-ending depression with a side of contemplation intertwined with hatred. She wakes up late nights because she's afraid. She's afraid. She's afraid that her past will engulf her present, preventing her to ever confront her future. She finally realizes that after 5 years that even angels hang themselves by their own halo. She finds herself at times daydreaming of how great she will look floating on thin air. Hoping that one day she'll be able to see the look on the audience's face, especially her dad's. Months past preparation and practice leading up to her final performance. She's been leaving clues for the audience to follow, but ignorance is bliss and common sense isn't that much common, so clues stay unrevealed because of the prosthetic smile that she carries to work and school every single day. No one can tell that behind her pearly whites that her soul was in prison. Sentenced to life tormented by past memories. She still cries after all these years. Even though she has moved on and into her own, every time she walks in through the door, her childhood echoes within the household. Orchestrating the most dreadful symphony known to man. For years, she's been trying to figure out who's conducting this symphony. But who better knows in life than you? Her subconscious has been the mastermind conducting this symphony. Nightmares and flashbacks, her screams ride towards the world's deaf ear. But no response, since deaf people tend to act like they're blind, so they visually don't have to indulge in your problems. The burdens become too much for her and begins to eat up her mind. So she grabs her tools and prepares for grand stage. All she grabs is a step ladder and a scarf that her grandmother made. She heads onto the stage and makes her introduction, then proceeds on to the grand finale. Her mother walks in a second too late to catch the soul, but catches what's left. Her daughter, defying gravity in nature, bending back the laws of gravity as she is levitating in mid-air. She conquered her dreams of not only levitating, but becoming more famous than Chris Angel, greater than Houdini, second to God. It's at this point where her mom realizes that even angels hang themselves by their own halo.